I'm not going to abuse Musk or Tommy Robinson or anything.
This is what truly takes people by surprise. Everyone knows that in the past, Farage was always quick to brush aside Tommy Robinson without the slightest hesitation. Each time Robinson's name was brought up, Farage would dismiss it fiercely, never beating around the bush. But this time, it was entirely different. They remained silent, without a word of objection, without creating any distance. And it is that very silence which speaks volumes. It shows just how fierce this confrontation has become. More importantly, it makes clear that Farage fully understands where the balance of power is now shifting.
Mr. Farage, if I could get your response to the scenes that we saw over the weekend, the marches, the presence of Tommy Robinson, and in particular, the comments of Elon Musk, fight or die. What do you make of all of that?
As for Saturday, I think the vast majority of people that turned up were good, ordinary, decent people who are very, very concerned about what's happening in this country. I've noticed that the wave of flags that started about 3 weeks ago, going up around the country, far from subsiding, from what I could see this weekend, it's accelerating massively. And it is a collective, 2 fingers up to a British establishment that they feel utterly betrayed by in every single way. So I fully understand why people would go and march. The comments of Elon Musk you asked me about. Well, Elon and I have a relationship. Wouldn't say a very good one. He's generally rather rude about me, even though I do admire him in many ways. You know, it would be nice to get some clarification of what fight meant in that context. And I'll link it back to something that Danny said earlier. We are radical, but we're not revolutionaries. If the fight that Musk was talking about was about standing up for our rights of free speech, if it was about fighting in elections to overcome the established parties, then that absolutely is the fight that we're in. And the reason you asked the question, I think the context of the way the word was used left a degree of ambiguity.
Nigel Farage is treading on extremely fragile ground, my friends. His evasiveness and failure to take a clear stance right now may well be down to the turmoil engulfing Westminster in the aftermath of the recent protest. And matters grew even more heated when Elon Musk hurled a bold remark into the debate, as if tossing in a live grenade. Musk's words sent shockwaves through the political class, to the point where not only Keir Starmer, but also Kemi Badenoch and Farage himself are under pressure to hit back at Musk. But here comes the intriguing part. Amid Westminster's turmoil, Farage has a very clear perspective. Many within his own electoral base feel a strong sense of solidarity with the spirit of that protest. That is precisely why he is keeping his distance, steering clear of fiery arguments. Because he knows that with a single careless remark, he could lose either the backing of the political establishment or the support of those who currently stand with him. And Farage is all too aware of which side truly holds the power.
Mr. Farage, you've distanced yourself from Tommy Robinson, but Elon Musk is amplifying him. Will you outright condemn their actions today? And also, what legal means do you think Elon Musk could possibly have in mind in saying that a democratically elected government should be overthrown?
You know, he's been chucking abuse at me now for 6 months, and you want me to return the favour, don't you? Because it's a great headline. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to abuse Musk or Tommy Robinson or anything. We're going to get on with building what we're trying to build. Thank you very much.
That is exactly what I've been trying to emphasise, don't you see? Farage knows perfectly well that this is not just some casual gathering. It is a real struggle, taking place right in the very heart of England. More than 100,000 people stood shoulder to shoulder, unwavering, united around a clear objective: to bring about real change and to defend the core values of British society. And to be frank, this was not merely a march. It was more like a sea of beacons flashing, signalling a simmering wave of resistance spreading everywhere. On that day, you could feel that something powerful was stirring. All the big names were there: Ant Middleton, Ben Habib, Tommy Robinson, and of course, Elon Musk. Even without setting foot in Britain, he still managed to dominate the headlines, as ever.
In fact, this is a government against the people, and not for the people. This is why everyone is gathered here today, is something's got to be done. This is unacceptable. The government needs to be responsible to the people of Britain. It needs to protect Britain. It needs to protect the weak, those who cannot protect themselves, especially the children.
Elon, to so many of the British public who are scared to exercise their free speech, they're worried about being imprisoned, they're worried about being attacked, even to share their speech on your platform of X. What message would you give to them?
And the message is really, my message is to the reasonable centre. The common sense. Sort of, my appeal is to British common sense, which is to look carefully around you and say, if this continues, what world will you be living in? This is a message to the reasonable centre, the people who ordinarily wouldn't get involved in politics, who just want to live their lives. They don't want. They're quiet. They just go about their business. My message is to them: if this continues, that violence is going to come to you. You will have no choice. You're in a fundamental situation here where whether you choose violence or not, violence is coming to you. You either fight back or you die. You either fight back or you die.
Elon Musk's recent remark has ignited a storm of fierce reactions within the upper echelons of British politics. Almost immediately, the Liberal Democrat leader, Sir Ed Davey, expressed his deep outrage, condemning Musk as reckless, dangerous, and someone who places his own interests above all else. According to Sir Ed Davey, Elon Musk has no concern whatsoever for the welfare of the British people, caring only for himself. But what do you think? Are Musk's words truly as irresponsible as they're accused of being? Or is there something more behind them that deserves closer scrutiny?
I think if the people of Britain take charge and actually ensure that there's a government that represents their interests and not a government that represents foreign interests, then I think Britain has a great future. And I think we can be optimistic. I think there's amazing things that are possible. I think there needs to be a future where the people take charge, where there's deregulation, a massive reduction in bureaucracy, and generally a new hope, where people look forward, wake up in the morning and look forward to the future. They're excited about what's going to happen next. But we must have revolutionary government change for that to occur. And this is not ordinary course of business sort of stuff. This really requires everyone to sort of marshal the people, to take charge, reform the government, and make sure that you actually have a government that is for the people, by the people.
It seems that Davey is worried a man living thousands of miles away is winning more affection from the British public than he is himself. Elon Musk, for his part, made no attempt at restraint, bluntly calling him a coward. Then Starmer stepped in, issuing a warning about remarks he considered dangerous and potentially divisive. His spokesperson even declared that the British people do not want such language on their streets. Really? Has he actually been out on the streets lately? Because people are furious. Even Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, joined the protest. Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood reacted fiercely too, denouncing Musk's words as disgusting. Meanwhile, the major media outlets were quick to portray the protest as a threat to public order, while at the same time shifting focus to Musk's spat with the American president. But there is one thing they deliberately avoided. The protest was effective. This time, the message spread across Britain and even beyond its borders. The people have spoken loudly and unequivocally. They are no longer willing to remain silent. We will not accept being pushed aside. And we will certainly not allow ourselves to be treated as strangers on the very soil we call home. So, what do you think about this? Share your thoughts below in the comments. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.